allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning and happy Monday, Rowlett Middle Academy students, scholars, and staff members. Great to see you today, which is the last day of November, which is unbelievable that we've made it this far. We're almost midway through the school year. Happy Monday. Hopefully you had time to relax, spend time with family in a safe way, had an opportunity to kind of do some reflection, and also just be able to reset a little bit. This has been such a challenging, fast-paced school year, whether you are learning on campus or e-learning. There's just been so many things going on this school year. It's good to just get an opportunity to reset, relax, and be able to be ready for another 3 weeks of school until your next break. This is unbelievable. My dad used to always say, you kids are out of school way too much. We just had a break and you already have another break coming in 3 weeks. But that's okay because it's much needed. We want you to have that time with your family and your friends and get another opportunity to reset. But when we're in school, we have to put first things first, and we have to make sure that each day we are taking full opportunity of the days that we have on campus with each other, with your teachers. We fought very hard to get you more access to your teachers, more connections with your teachers. So we have to take full advantage of these days, both when you're on campus, but also at home. You e-learners, we need you to participate each day. We need you to create some routines for yourself. It's December, so we should have these routines in place by now. We should be finding a quiet and safe area to do our work. I know sometimes that's easier said than done, but you can do it. We need you to make sure that you are participating in your Zooms. We need you to make sure you're communicating effectively with your teachers. We need you to turn in your work on time. And when you need help, reach out, okay? So we are a team. We're in this together, whether you're on campus or not. At some point in the future, we will all be on campus. So we have to make sure that we are doing everything possible, whether you're in the classroom, outside of the classroom, on campus, off campus, to show leadership and just make sure we're doing our very best academically and with our behavior. It kind of leads into some of the things that I want to talk to you about today. You've heard me say them before. We ask you to be personally responsible and leaders in 3 big areas, with your education, with your learning, with your behavior, and also with your health, which in these times is essential, right? So in regards to personally responsible for your learning and your education, what does that look like? We ask you to be ready to learn. We ask you to make sure you have your iPads charged and here each day. We ask you to make sure you have headphones, right? We ask you to make sure that you have your assignments ready to turn in on time. And when they're not, when you haven't turned them in, you're communicating effectively with your teachers. Hello, Mr. Clark. This is an email. When I'm doing this, I'm imagining myself writing an appropriate email. Dear Mr. Clark, I apologize. I somehow made a mistake and didn't get this assignment in on time. What is the process for completing this assignment? May I get it into you? I promise, this won't happen again. Boom. And I said, thank you, Billy. That is an email that when a teacher gets it, she or he says, wow, this student cares about their grade. They made a mistake. Everybody does that. Even teachers, even the principal makes mistakes. This is how they want to rectify it. They will get it turned in. The student has to know when they're turning their work in late, it's not going to be graded in 5 seconds, right? Because you turn your assignment in late, the teacher not only had to grade the other assignments, but they've moved on, and now they have to go back to grade the assignment that you turned in late. So you have to be also gracious when you turn in that late assignment and be fair and reasonable that the teacher will get it done and graded soon and in grade book. And on the flip side of that, teachers, we have to make sure that we continue to keep our grade book updated. And that grade book will be updated weekly. But you have to give your teachers an opportunity to grade. All right, thank you. I'm sorry I saw a squirrel and I veered off a little bit, but that was an important topic. And lastly, we got to make sure that we are organized under the umbrella of personal responsibility with your learning, right? Make sure that you are organized. Use your agenda. That's why we have it. Make sure you're writing things down each day in your agenda. I also do to-do lists, or I have a little circle, and when I complete something, I circle it in. I have to know, my brain has to know I have completed this task, and I can move on to the next thing. Or I have not. I need to go back and get that done because my circle isn't colored in. Everybody has their own system. Find yours. All right. The next thing that we ask you to be personally responsible with on campus is your behavior. You hear me say, we want you to make good choices both inside of class and outside of class, right? There's a connection between doing well academically and also your behavior. Scientifically proven and non-scientifically proven. All right. But we have to make sure that we do that. You have to make sure you're engaged in class, right? So if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all. If you don't have anything nice to text, don't text it at all. If you don't have anything nice to post, don't post it. We ask you to keep your hands, feet, negative comments to yourself. These are things you hear every day. We need you to carry them out. Whether you're in class, whether you're at lunch, whether you're in the field, even when you're with your friends, horseplay leads to negative behavior, leads to consequences. So just keep that in mind, okay? We want you to have a good time, but we need you to be responsible and respectful with others' space, with others' property, and also know when you're at lunch that class is still going on, okay? So we need you to be mindful of these things. During this time of year, we start to see students who continue to make the same bad choices, and referrals start piling up. And then we start having meetings with families, okay? All right, so we know all of you have the capability to make those right choices, and everybody makes mistakes. We're not asking for perfection, but we are asking for you to do the right thing when you know it's the right thing, and to do the right thing even when nobody's watching, as Mr. Flynn always says. Lastly, the third thing we need you to be is a person responsible with your health. And during these challenging times, this is so important. So important. It's important not only that you are mindful of your health on campus, but also off campus, because what you do off campus could impact others, right? We know that a lot of the spread of COVID-19 is through community spread. But then if people come to school, even though they know they're not feeling well, you could potentially impact others. So most importantly, we ask you to stay home if you're not feeling well, all right? Just stay home. We make it so easy for you to be able to complete your assignments through Google Classroom and through Zoom that Rowlett Middle made that a priority. So stay home if you're not feeling well. Also, make sure you're wearing a mask at all times. Wear a mask. Very simple. Muy fácil, right? That is the one thing, the one most important thing that we all can do to ensure that we stay in school and that Rowlett Middle stays open. And that your family stays safe. Your grandma stays safe. Your tia stays safe, right? Your neighbor, right? Your baby sister. So not only wearing a mask protects you from others, right? It also is exhibiting leadership because you're protecting others from you, okay? We also want to make sure we're washing our hands using hand sanitizer and socially distancing when possible, okay? So we have 3 weeks until the next break. You can do this. Let's run through the finish line. You got this. We ask you to be the change that you want to see in your classrooms, in your households, in your communities. Let's keep up the positive mindset. I loved November being the month of thankfulness. Why not make this the year of thankfulness, right? The school year. So I think we continue showing thanks. We continue being able to receive thanks, which is something that Mr. Clark is working on. Good at giving thanks, need to improve on receiving it. And I know some of you may feel the same way. So let's have a great week. Let's remember to communicate with our teachers, do our very best inside and outside of the classroom. And of course, just continue being a leader, continue showing thanks, giving thanks, and we'll see you around campus. Reach out to your teachers if you need help. And remember, leadership is doing the right thing, even when nobody's watching.
About getting even further south, somewhere where the summer lasted all